Well, nice having you call. Let's see. Time to go back to the instant messages. Here's probably one that I've read on many message boards and pretty much everywhere. The console war. What do you have a favorite, Jeff, or do you just like all of them?
I can't pick a favorite. Each one has its own strengths and weaknesses. The PlayStation 2 obviously has far and away the best software lineup right now, although its technology kind of, you can actually see its weaknesses when you compare it to some of the stuff that's come out on the Xbox. The Xbox doesn't have nearly as strong software, but it's got all the power. And then, of course, you've got the GameCube, which is far from a kiddie console, but you can really tell it is geared towards younger gamers. It's not as powerful as either the PlayStation 2 or the Xbox, but those console exclusives that it has, like Pikmin and Super Smash Brothers, those games are basically so outstanding that those alone make the console worth buying.
Yeah, that's sort of what I found out too. That they all are different in their own way, and they all have good points and bad points. And we have another caller, James from Albany. Are you there, James?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, what's your question?
I was just wondering, Mr. VZ, exactly how much time do you spend, divided between the different parts of the site? With dealing with contributors or troublemakers on the message boards, like Madrox or whoever.
I actually spend probably about 80% of my time I spend on the main site, which is all the facts, codes, reviews, basically all the contributors and everything they send in, trying to gather that up and set it up. And the other 20% of my time is spent on the message boards, and probably only about 1 to 2% is actually spent dealing with the troublemakers, as you put it. I try to spend as little time on them as possible and spend most of my time on actually getting the boards working better.
Yeah, I actually have a question for you, James.
Yes?
Why did that interest you? That's not exactly a normal gaming question.
Well, I just wasn't exactly sure because it's known, with the length of the backlog, how much time it takes to get to everything that's contributed, but I wasn't exactly sure, how much time it takes to, govern over the message boards as it... Or
along those lines, one of the best things about the message boards and the reason that they work is that they're self-policed. Every message board user has the ability to let the board's moderators know where the problem is. We have there's a volunteer staff of about 20 moderators, or is it 30 now? I can't even remember. Like I said, I'm no good with math. And they're the ones who, and they only have to see a selected list of these marked messages. It's the community that polices itself, and that helps to make the boards work better, and then between that and the moderators, makes my job so much easier because all of the troublemakers are basically picked out and put in front of me, and then I get to make the decisions from there.
That makes a lot of sense, I guess. Do you do a lot of the moderating yourself? Basically, leave it to the other people.
I handle my fair share of the moderations. I try to spend my time mainly on the main site and just deal with the higher-up issues when I can, the things that the moderators can't handle.
Okay, let's see. I have a lot of people still saying that they just absolutely adore you and love you, and you're the best, and that seems to be a lot of the sentiments.
Well, that's very nice to hear.
Yeah, one person was saying, this is sort of a different question. It's a unique question. I kind of like it. What's your favorite system from the past for classic gaming, as they called it?
From the recent past, from the last generation, it would definitely have to be the Saturn, simply because it was the last great 2D console. So American gamers missed out on the last generation of Saturn games, which included all of Capcom's Versus Fighters that were done arcade perfect for the Saturn, and instead they got the watered-down PlayStation version. The Saturn was just, to me, a great console, and before that, I'd have to say, of course, I'd have to say the Super Nintendo for just the sheer quality and variety of games it had.
Yeah, Super Nintendo was definitely amazing, just in that fact.
And if you want to go way back, I still have a working Atari 2600. That was the very first game console I ever had, and I still have all the games for it.
Yeah, I actually personally still have my original Nintendo Entertainment System and the Super Nintendo and the original, 5 million pound Game Boy and all that. We have a caller again. His name is Aaron from Illinois. Are you there, Aaron?
Yes.
Okay, what's your question?
My neighbor, the other day, he got KOS, and he's been over my house because every once in a while he'll get grounded and need a computer to use. And he's used my computer, but he's logged on under his name. And when he got KOS, I can't use the board anymore. I was wondering if there's anything I can do.
If you send an email this is something important. I get so many emails every day that said, I'm having trouble with my board account. Can you fix it? And of course, they don't mention what the name of the account was. It's little details like that that make it impossible for me to help out. But when you send email, as long as you include that kind of information, it may take a few days, but when I get to it, I look over the email and see what I can do for it.
Thanks.
Any other questions?
No, that's all.
Okay, well, thanks for calling, Aaron.
Thank you.
I have not one person, but a few people that are wondering where exactly you live. You probably don't want to give them the exact street address, otherwise they'll come knocking on your door, 24 hours a day. But maybe give them, a geographic area.
I live just to the northwest of Houston, Texas.
Nice weather down there?
It's actually nice and cold today.
Oh, that's a good reason to be inside.
No, definitely.
I have another person that's wondering what message board is your favorite, if you have one.
I don't know if I have a favorite message board. I suppose I have to spend most of my time on current events because that's where the majority of the people on the site, that's where the majority of the longtime board users tend to congregate, and those are the people I know the best. I don't know if I could actually call it my favorite, but it's probably my most commonly used board.
Okay, we have another caller again, Matthew from New Orleans. Are you there, Matthew?
Yes, I am.
What's your question?
I was just wondering if you ever get so frustrated you just want to quit working on the site?
Occasionally. I think that happens at every job. I don't think anybody has ever held any job where they get so frustrated they feel like quitting. But the thing with GameFAQs is that it's, like we kind of mentioned earlier, it's my baby. It's a community and a site that I've helped to create and grow with the help of thousands of other people. That to me it's too good to give up.
Yeah, I think I can sort of see that. I don't know if I have anything that would be that much, but I can see how definitely be a little much. Do you have any other questions?
No, I don't.
Well, thanks for calling. I think, is it coming up? Yep, well, we're coming up on a break, which is actually right now. The Gaming Files on WXBH, AM 1190, the talk station, and www.wxbh.com. We are talking with Jeff VC from GameFAQs.com, as I'm sure most of you people out there already know that, because you've probably been listening for the whole show. Just want to mention something that you do keep in mind that this show is a weekly show, and we talk about games every single week, so you can feel free to listen and call and ask questions and get help. You don't have to wait for especially somebody like Jeff to that handles the whole site, because I'm sure he knows a lot, but he's not always available, I think, because he has to do the work on the site a lot. So Jeff, you still there? Hey, Jeff, you there?
Yes.
Okay. My engineer, I think, forgot to push the right button.